Welcome to Profiletraders. This is Reza and you're listening to my market analysis for August the 15th. We are going to go back to yesterday and see what happened. We ended up closing at the very high of the day, which was reversing the previous day close near the low of the day. And I told you that we are dealing with a very wackish price action for ES, and I said yesterday that you were in a little bracket going from 28.36.5 to 28.45, and since we were this close to 28.45, it looked like they were gonna try to break it to the upside in order to go hit 28.50 and then 28.59 and more. However, as the overnight trading started, rather than breaking to the upside, we did break the bottom of that bracket which I talked about, 28.36.5, and then from that point on we got a very sharp drop to the downside, which entirely reversed the previous day's range and closed at the bottom of the overnight range. And then I also gave you a very big number, 28.19. I said if 28.19 breaks, you should expect a very sharp drop in the market. Sure enough, we did break 28.19, but as we approached 2800, they started to buy the market, and then once we stabilized by rotating down there, we ended up closing towards the high of the day at 28.23. However, I do believe that the market is definitely weakening. I do believe that if you look at what's going on geopolitically around the world, you have a lot going on. You have currencies after currencies of this emerging market totally crashing. You're gonna have major problems with the economy of these emerging markets, and now it's spreading even into the Chinese market. And for a long while we just thought, you come in, you buy Amazon, you buy Apple, you buy Netflix, you buy Nvidia, and nothing whatsoever can happen to you and your money. I think we have now reached this level of complacency that is becoming very problematic, especially if I take into account all the geopolitical events, especially the crisis of the emerging market that has been ignored so far. Therefore, I believe even if we do get further bounces up, which are going to hit one of these levels that I have put it above, you have 28.28, 28.32, 28.36, 28.41 and a half. I believe that ultimately, once we finish this bounce from the levels that we reached this morning, close to 2800, next leg down is going to come and break 2800, and then we're going to go challenge that 2790, and once that 2790 breaks, we're going to be in a free fall. Market is definitely weakening, and be very careful not to be fooled by these oversold bounces and by these ultimate buyers that believe every time that Amazon is down 20-30 bucks they would come and buy it, and next day they will become millionaires. So even though that if we bounced and we closed at the very high here, I do not discard at all further severe legs to the downside. Now let's look at crude oil. It pretty much did the same thing as ES. Very volatile, very crazy. One day up, one day down, one day down, one day up. Finally, yesterday it closed at the very low, which totally reversed the bullishness that we saw in the previous session, and then came in the overnight, and the overnight showed that there was very little buying appetite to the upside. Matter of fact, it did break the previous day session low and managed to close at the middle of the overnight range. But as soon as we opened and we tried to take side on the upside of the open, it totally reversed. We broke the open, and then the vast majority of the transactions were below the open, and when B period broke the low of A, that was an indication that major selling was coming in. And then the crude oil report came in at 10:30. That's where you saw the big break with D period. And we managed to reach 64.5 and bounced off of it, and we closed at 64.80. There is a possibility that we are going to go up towards 65.50, 65.60 to clean up a little bit above the profile, but ultimately I believe we are coming down to $64 level. So these are all your levels of support resistance. The ones above are resistance, the one below are support. I have also tweeted these levels in case you need to print the chart. So let's see how everything goes tomorrow, but it's gonna be interesting. There is a lot of things that are really becoming a problem. Look at, for example, the chart of gold here. I mean, it's a free fall. Gold is now at 1181. I told you it is going to go to 1150 and then possibly 1100. We are getting very close to those levels. So don't believe that these oversold bounces mean anything, because when the market is weak, they try to buy into it, and weakness will push price further down, continuation in the main direction down. Thank you for listening. If you wish to learn market profile, please check my website profiletraders.com. You can get all my courses, 1 year to my trading room for $550. Also, please subscribe to my Twitter so you can get the daily morning level and night levels. Thank you for listening, and to the next time.